Hey, Local 5, it's Dave. Couple things. First of all, Diane Crum touched base with us this morning, wanted to get the information out to everybody that Kerr's procedure yesterday went incredibly well, that the side effects and potential impacts that could have happened for the procedure were minimal, and so to that point, his recovery is going to be quick, and his return is going to be probably imminent. And to that point is some really great news, as obviously this was a fairly significant procedure with an incredible amount of exposure to some negative impacts. None of those things happened. So to this point and at this time, it sounds like everything went really well, and Kurt is doing well and is back to being his joyful self. And his return is in fact imminent. So thanks to everybody for their thoughts and prayers and support on that. Continue to keep the Crums in those thoughts and prayers as he continues to recover, that things continue to go as well as they have. But things are good. Another thing that I'd like to kind of get out is the fact that we've had, I won't say an incredibly large number, but we've had a higher number than usual of people who have stepped away from our association. And I can respect everybody's perspective as they make the decisions that affect their lives and their families, and I understand that. But I did want to convey a couple things. One, first of all, I want to reiterate the fact that there is not one penny of our membership money, regardless the full amount of our money. There is nothing that goes to the international to support national or even local candidates without our membership support and decision on that, as far as voting on that in general membership, and the fact that none of our money goes to support any national candidate at any given time, because the only thing that we've ever done through our association has supported campaigns locally. So none of our dollars, period, go to supporting any candidate. Number two, we've got to realize that not at all times are all the decisions of everybody within our organization going to be agreeable. We got to realize even within our own organization with well over 350 members that we're not going to come together collectively and agree on any one thing. And we can't sometimes let those differences separate us. We need to realize that the unity that we have is only strength in numbers. And that as we stand alongside each other, that's the only way that we continue to have the opportunity to make an impact. And I just want to convey to you that right now we're in the midst of defending a member from allegations that may in fact cost him make a significant impact to his career. And some of those allegations are baseless and don't have any merit. And I'll just say that out front. We're also defending people right now, or undertaking the cause of people who are literally being rejected claims for injuries that they sustained while they were at work in a monster of a machine in the city administration that, although they say that they actually care for us, demonstrated by their actions in far different ways. And they're rejecting the claims and the care for our members who are truly and directly related or have had injuries resulting in their employment, and yet they're being denied. In amidst the fact that we continue to maintain staffing levels, which in fact are always a point of consideration, and we maintain our 4-person staff. And we need to realize that at any moment in time, if there was an economic downturn, city administration, obviously, once again, that has demonstrated that they really don't have a deep affection for firefighters or the fire department, could you simply eliminate overtime and drive our staffing away from a model that would maintain 4-person staffing simply by that move? And just think about how many of us actually enjoy the opportunity, if we would like to have some additional funding in our lives, to be able to do and get an overtime shift. And yet we are still frustrated in the fact that we're being held to the mandatory levels, and there's nobody else that fights for that collectively as we are, and continue to push on an administration that that needs to realize what an impact all of that is. All of that being said, none of that is potentially possible as we stand individually. As that stuff comes against us, we would not have a unified voice, and in fact would not make as much of an impact as we do collectively together now. So with that, I'm just trying to say that we don't want to see a mass exodus because of some of the frustrating things that have gone on locally. I get it. Frustrated with a city that really says that it likes us, in a fire administration even that says that it stands behind us, and yet just really doesn't seem to support its members. It's frustrating. I get it. Everybody kind of feels, because I'm right alongside with you. Just throw it all in the heap and let it just just go up in flames or whatever. So I hate to be kind of Debbie Downer on that, but I appreciate the perspective. But I also realize the fact that there is no other way for us to stand strong, for us to represent each other, and to actually be able to stand in opposition to an administration that truly simply doesn't seem to take care of or concern with its members. And with that, we are in fact continuing to be engaged in all those aspects, and as well still actively charging forward against the city administration and trying to figure out different ways to work through council to obtain those things that are going to make sure that our members are taken care of. Because we've actually got city council members, again, who have clearly seen the fact that there have been some really disparaging things that have been aimed and directed towards our members. So stay with me, stay alongside. We're only going to be strong enough in unity. And and again, I respect every decision that's made, and sometimes there's just decisions that are more important and impactful for families. But I want you to know that this, in fact, is a family, and we try to take care of each other. And the things that we do are for each other. They're not for us individually, but that's the reason why we have that unity. And the only reason we have that strength is because of that unity. So I'm asking you, please consider in the conversation, stay strong, stay with us. Let's not try to get this as a mass exodus, because I just want to try to head this off with the energy that seems to kind of go in a direction. I'd be remiss from a point of leadership if I didn't try to step out and encourage you to stand alongside us as we continue to do really good things for not only ourselves, our organization, but our union that we represent. So we are Local 5. Let's stay strong together. Thank you for your time. Talk to you soon.